And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, last Wednesday of August. Welcome back to the hottest studio around. I do have some good news. It is a slightly cooler day, and so when I came out here this morning, it was like 86. I opened the garage and the back door, and we are now down to 79. It is climbing. It has climbed up 2 degrees already since I closed everything up. I just don't want to leave it open because, I don't know, it's distracting and flies get in the garage. But we're starting off a little bit better than we have the last couple weeks. Let's see, who's all here today? Sorry, I'm a little out of it. Hey, Zombie, yeah, tiny printer. This is one of the newer Ant printers. Tuxedo's in the house. Happy hump day. Green Beard, how's it going? Lord Get Face GP's here, nice and early. Lisa, hi. William is here. So I was out in here working on this printer till probably 1 in the morning. We have got a gantry installed and it's belted. It took way longer than expected, and I will go over what the issue was. It was something really silly, but took a lot of time. So also, this is likely going to be the last stream. Armor, thank you so much for the 11 months, almost 1 year. That's crazy. Next month will be 1 year. Thank you so much for all the support. This is going to be the last stream before baby's here. We had our final doctor's appointment yesterday, and the doctor had told Erin that she could get induced because of how big the baby is and just how miserable she's been. And so we got the call last night, that Sunday at 7 a.m. we go into the hospital. So I have no idea how long. Well, that's like if the baby doesn't come before, right? Like the whole time we thought baby was gonna be already, because Jackson came a month early and they said we were at a higher risk of another preterm pregnancy. But so far, baby Landon is just he's comfortable. He has not decided it's time yet. So Sunday we go in. I have no idea how long the process will take once they start the induction thing. So, but I anticipate if we go in Sunday that baby will be here by next Wednesday. Plus, like, if Erin's in the hospital, I'm not going to... Hobo, thank you so much for the 19 months, man. Cheers. Yeah, once Erin's in the hospital, I'm basically just going to be at the hospital with her, making sure she's okay and getting her whatever she needs. So I definitely won't be streaming next week. And then whether I stream the following week is highly dependent on how the pregnancy goes, how baby's doing, how mama's doing. So we'll just kind of play it by ear. I will definitely keep everyone updated as I can in the live stream channel, so just kind of be on the lookout for that. But yeah, things are happening. We are getting really close here. So yeah, they're going to be inducing labor, exactly. Yeah, baby, the last ultrasound we had, detailed one, the baby was in the 99th percentile as far as like weight goes. I think it slowed down a bit. Doctor gave a loose guess that he thinks baby's not going to be over 7 pounds something, but we'll see. I think that if she was going full term, it would definitely be an 8.5 pound baby. But because we're doing the due date's on the 7th, and so she's getting induced on the 31st, so it'll be a week early. So we'll see how it all goes. But second babies tend to come quicker, not always, but often. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I'm really hoping for Erin's sake. So yeah, really exciting stuff. And I will just keep everyone updated. I've already got a video out for this Saturday. I don't anticipate there'll be a video out for next Saturday, but I'm trying to get another video done before I go to the hospital on Sunday. So if I get that video done, I will not have a video next week just to like space things, but I'll have a video the following week, and then we'll just see how things go. Everything, like, I have no idea how things are gonna go. Erin's sister, my sister-in-law, flew in not this Monday, but the previous Monday. So she's here with her daughter helping out, which is awesome because the hospital is much further this time than with Jackson. It's in Boise versus the city we're in. And so originally Jackson was just gonna have to like go to whatever neighbor can take him. And I was gonna drive back and forth 3 times a day to let the dogs out. But now that she's here, she can take care of Jackson and the dogs, and I can just focus on Erin and the baby and being at the hospital. So we're so thankful to have her here. So Liz, thank you so much for the 30 months and the well wishes. I really appreciate it. We're excited. We're certainly nervous though. We are very excited. So I hope everyone's having an awesome week. We will talk a little bit about the crazy news that's come out in the last little bit here. Just so everyone's aware, tomorrow's video is going to be covering the Snapmaker U1. I don't have the printer. They reached out to me to be one of the early testers for the printer, and I said no, sort of. I basically said that I had some concerns, and so the video kind of goes over why I didn't agree to the review unit, why I backed the printer, and sort of just thoughts surrounding it. And that was before, obviously, all the news came out about Bamboo Labs' new printer, as well as Prusa's teased printer. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. But also, sorry in advance, I'm gonna pause it real quick, or not pause it, I can't pause, we're live. I'm gonna mute it so I can blow my nose. Allergies are the one thing that have not let up. I think I forgot to mute. Oh, sorry everybody. So let me show you guys kind of what's going on here. God, my nose is driving me insane. All right, so as I said, the printer is belted. Wow, my nose is really itchy. So we're belted on Z. I did get the recommendation to make sure I had the gantry down a bit because of the gear reduction on these motors, you cannot move the gantry at all. Like, this is with the motors off, like it is not moving. So I needed to have it in a place where I can actually work on things. So it's down about maybe 1.5 feet or 1.3 inches, 18 inches. Which, what does that translate to? So 300 millimeters, maybe 500 millimeters down or so. Maybe not quite that much, but this is done. This is done. And if anyone was here last week or wasn't here, the big issue we ran into that driving me absolutely crazy was, let's do this one because the lighting is a little bit better. So I could not, for the life of me, get this and this to align with each other. It was absolutely driving me wild. And I thought that the issue was that I had installed the T-nuts in a way that they were sticking out of it. And so I thought that the T-nuts were just bumping into the rail. So after the stream, I rotated all the T-nuts and it was still not working. So then I loosened up all the CNC parts thinking, well, maybe I just have to like loosen everything up, then get it aligned and then tighten everything down. That did not work as well. So then I started thinking like, all right, man, maybe my rails are too long. So I measured my rails. They were 760 millimeters in length, which is what the BOM says. And I reached out to Fabrico. Fabrico checked on the rails that they have there because they have some of these kits in the US. He said, nope, 760 is exactly what I've got here as well. So then I knew, okay, it's not my rails. Well, it ended up being, so what it ended up being was, let's see. Probably easier if I get a side shot. I don't know how well I'll be able to show this, but let me try this. Let's see. Let's see, if I go like this, and I lift this up. Okay, so if you see this bolt right here, you see how, I mean, this little washer, there's a bolt going from down up into here. Well, it's not centered. And so what I noticed was that on the back two rails, this was favoring the inside, but on this one and the one across from it, the other idler, it was favoring the outside. And that distance of about 3 or 4 millimeters is the distance that it was not fitting. And so I ended up having to swap this whole idler assembly with the other idler assembly. So although they looked completely correct, they were not correct. They had to get swapped. And so once I swapped that out, I was able to get everything in place. But boy, did I go through a lot before figuring that out. And I strongly believe that that should have been called out better in documentation because it was not obvious to me at all. So But we've got that, and so yeah, our gantry, we can move this. Is pretty stiff, which I'm thinking is because of just the big belts and large motors. I don't know if I over tension this a bit. We'll have to see once we're all up and running, but are they handed then? What is that? I don't know what that means, GPs. Gosh, sorry, I feel a little gross. My allergies. Documentation, so the worst thing about this build is documentation, hands down. There are so many bolts that are called out incorrectly and so many things that are assumed. It is like, the only person I could recommend building one of these two is someone that has built printers, is comfortable with lots of troubleshooting, and knows what they're getting going into it. I did get confirmation, sorry, as in different from front to back. Yeah, so the back CNC parts are, you can't mix those up because they're like the motor mounts. So it was really easy to tell which one goes where. But on these parts, I basically had it upside down. So the thing that, I reached out to FYSETC on this actually, and they did get back to me. The thing that they noticed was on these parts, if you look at it from the side, the ones up against the end of the extrusion should be flush. And they are, it's at an angle, but like this basically, this CNC part and this CNC part should be flush. While on the other side, it's much tougher to see, but this sticks out further than this. It's not a lot. It's I don't know, 3 or 4 millimeters. And so I had this idler over there, and so the end of mine was not flush, and it was flush over here. So it looked right because it basically functions the same, but they were just in the opposite place. So these are the only ones really I think that you could get mixed up. The motor ones are much more obvious because of the way the motor mounts, and I think that the CNC parts are actually different. There's an extra, if I'm not mistaken, there's an extra, yeah. So on these, on the back ones, let me see if I can get this in focus. Zoom in a lot. And go this way. Well, it's really tough to see that because of the backlight. I'll try to put my hand over it. But on the motor mounts, one of the motor mounts has this extra bracket piece that you attach this to for the cable chain, and this one doesn't have it. And so it's much easier to tell the difference between these two because this one actually has a different shape to it ever so slightly. But the idlers are identical. There's no difference between them. So it's just tougher to see. I think on the inside of them, there's a label, like it says L and R, but it's not easy to see even when you have the parts in front of you. And once they're assembled, like I couldn't easily see them at all. You'd have to really go hunting for it. So honestly, just a call out saying like the idler should be flush with the front of the assembly, make sure that this is the case, or you won't be able to align them properly with the Z standoffs or the gantry standoffs, would have been all I needed to know what was going on. There's a left-hand side and yeah, exactly. There's a left-hand side and a right-hand side. Yep, that's exactly right. So the game plan today is that we are going to be working. Man, it's already climbed another 2 degrees. I don't get it. We're just hot in here. It's got to be the lights and the computer and everything. But a far cry from boron quality docks. Yes, absolutely. Are you doing anything for the hot end? Yes. So that's what I was going to mention. I don't have a spare Rapido. Well, that's not entirely true because it's not entirely true at all, actually. the Rat Rig guys did send me a spare Rapido to replace the Rapido that came on this VCore 4, but I would need to disassemble the tool head and pull it out, and I'm not going to do that right now, but I am going to at least be using this hot end. So let me show you guys. I believe that this should be the same form factor and be compatible with the same parts. So let's see if I go. So this is what we're going to be using. I pulled this from another printer build I had a long time ago. So this is just a Dragon high flow. So it's not going to be as high flow as the Rapido Ultra high flow and like that, but it should be substantially better than what's included. And I don't think I have any CHT nozzles, but I'll definitely throw a high flow nozzle on here once it's all said and done. So yeah, this is what Dragon high flow is what we're going to go with. It was the best I had for it. I've had a VCore 4 since since Rocky Mountain Rep Festival last year. Fabrica sent it over and it had some issues, and so the Rat Rig guys sent over replacement like toolhead parts in the hot end, and I have not been able to do anything with it. So I think that once we're done with this build, we'll probably work on the VCore and get it updated, get the new toolhead installed, and do some printing on it. No, I didn't build it. It was pre-assembled. It was pre-assembled. Hey, nice. Hey, Ranch. So yeah, if I look at, this is the toolhead that or the hot end that they include, and it should be the same form factor. Usually people stuff better heaters and meltdown extenders on those TZ G600 melting plastic better. Got it. Yeah, so if we look at these two, this is what they ship with. They are the exact same length, which is awesome, and they have the exact same bolt pattern, so I can just basically drop this in. That's one thing I really liked about it. So nice with the 39 months. That's crazy, man. Going 3 years and ticking. It's just absolutely wild. Thank you so much for all the support. Hey, Matt. So yeah, we are going to, hey, thank you for the gifted membership. Cheers. So yeah, we are going with I love the TZV6 and Sailfish. Yeah, we're gonna not go with this. We're gonna end up going with this. I'm a big fan of the Dragon High Flow. This was what went into my first V0 build, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, 5 years ago, maybe. The TZV6 is a good hot end, but the 48-watt heater really got it. So you're saying if you upgrade the heater, it can substantially improve it. Matt, thank you so much for the 34 months. Hey man, there's no competition. Well, I feel like some of the some of the members like to show the support number as like a competition thing, but I'm appreciative of everybody. 34 months is absolutely incredible. You're getting close to the 2-year mark. So this was what I installed in my first V0 build that I self-sourced, and this was like the most recommended hot end at the time. This was before the issue with Slice and Slice sort of like banning them because of their patent. So I was able to order this very easily. You can still get them from Ali, but they were much more readily available, and it's just been a rock solid hot end for me. Like, I know it's not the most high flow, but as far as like bang for your buck, it's just a really solid hot end. I still to this day think it's a great hot end. So yeah, let's go ahead. And what's nice about Dragons is they don't break and can go to 500C or at least 350 no problem with a PT 1000. Yeah, they're really, I think especially for their time, they were an incredible hot end, but they still I think hold up quite well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the docs rolling here. I'd love to get this tool head. So we are, let's see, so I did this. The one thing I didn't do is on here. So I did this, I did that. I didn't install this, the micro switch. It looks like we need M2 by 10 flatheads, an XY micro switch. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Maybe this is, oh, okay. So I think this is a printed part. Do I have that right here? If I have that, we might just install it. Let me see if we scroll up a little bit. I don't know. I think it's this piece that I have right here in my hand. It's gotta be actually this piece. We'll install this once we actually install the toolhead. So people nowadays get Dragon Ace. You know what? I've seen, was it Zombie that was showing off the Dragon Ace a while back? I can't remember. I really don't know.
Winking face emoji. Hashtag no excuse.
Thank you so much, nice donation. It's mini split, not mini slip. Thanks, Dan. I will add it. Where's, do I still have that notepad document? I do. So we were at 180 last week, so now we're at $200 towards Actually, euros is a little bit over that, but we'll just put it as if it was US. So we're at $200 towards the garage electrical and AC fund. Thank you. So yeah, it's called you said Dragon Ace. I think I've looked at it a couple times. Dragon Ace hot end. Autocorrect, no worries. Okay, got it. So the heatsink on it looks near identical to the Dragon. Looking at it, it basically is the same. It looks like they have switched up the little insulator core is slightly, and then the main difference is the heat block it looks quite a bit longer. Is form factor the same? Did they shrink the heatsink, or no? Is it a longer hot end? Okay, so there's the Volcano. That one's definitely going to be longer. I wonder if that one's the same. That's really cool. Yeah, for $53, that seems like a really good deal. So we've already done the hotbed section because I kind of skipped around because I think I had to do the gantry upstairs. So we've already got this on. I already did all the bed stuff, so we're good on that. I haven't done the wiring. Like, the wiring's all just basically sticking out on the back side of this printer, but we're at least kind of through that spot. So today we will do as much as we can on this. And I did all of the heat inserts, which is not like me. So you guys don't have to watch me doing that. So I think we will start with, yeah, we'll start with this. So let me grab, I did not organize screws or anything like that. I apologize. I was just up so late working on stuff, and it was 91 degrees in here at 1 in the morning. So I was just miserable and was like, all right, as soon as I got the belt done, I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. But let's see, where is all of our hot end components? I know there's a bag I saw with a bunch of gears. Let's see, these are fans. These are fans, these are wires. These are wires, that's another fan. It's probably already over there maybe then. Let's see, this is the Nevermore. Is it in the motion box? Yeah, I haven't had much issues with AliExpress, although there's a bunch of tariff stuff hitting. I order a lot from Japan, a lot of trading card stuff. Everyone that has watched the stream for a long time knows that I'm a big, huge nerd when it comes to trading cards, both like vintage Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And so I order a lot from Japan using like proxy servers or proxy services. And I got a package in yesterday right before it, but I just got I placed another order, a sizable order. And because I saw that the middleman had like a workaround where it was just gonna be a flat fee of $80 with the way that they were doing everything, well, I was like, okay, I can pay the 80. But then they changed it overnight to where it is 20% of the order plus a fee, which takes the tariff fee from the $80 to about $200. So I'm gonna basically just leave. They offer 30 days of free storage, so I'm just gonna leave what I ordered over there and hope that things kind of settle a bit, because there's a lot going on with, I don't know if you guys have seen, but like a lot of the international countries, a lot of countries have basically suspended shipping to the US. So like you can still use UPS, FedEx, DHL, that's my understanding, but like local post services, I think I saw most of EU, if I'm not mistaken. Japan definitely, I think I saw Mexico, I'm pretty sure Canada, so I'm not sure exactly what that's gonna do and what's gonna come of all of this. So I guess we'll see here. Okay, so here's all of our extruder parts. We've got our gear, which I think this is a coated aluminum gear. It doesn't look like it's palm. We've got a gear, we've got our tensioner, we've got a spring and a little nylon washer. We've got our shaft, we've got you. I don't know if this kit came with grease, because if not, I'm probably gonna have to run upstairs and get some grease for this bearing shaft. Let's see. I noticed Amazon US filament prices started climbing again. Very annoying since I import from there. Where are you out of, Amar? Might have to switch to Amazon DE. DE is Dutch? Is DE Dutch or is DE Denmark? Now, anything that you order overseas has customs. The de minimis rule has been ended, so everything charged. Yeah, which sucks so bad because I pretty much, other than if I made like a big purchase that was over the de minimis amount, then you know there's nothing I can do about it. But I almost always made it where the orders I placed were like $700 max. That way I didn't have to pay that, and I just paid the $30 for fast shipping with DHL or UPS. German. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry. Okay, so I'm wondering if we should be following these instructions or if we should be following instructions elsewhere, because the big issue I have with these instructions is the resolution is quite low. Like this is as big as I can make everything, and it is not very large. So we'll do our best here, I suppose. But yeah, we're gonna need some grease. This needs grease on it. So I will do a quick check to see whether they included grease. They might have, and I might have moved it. So full disclosure on that. Let's see what I see in here. We got zip ties, we got cable sleeving, we've got a brush, we got tweezers, we got parts. It might just be faster for me to run upstairs and grab the grease. I'm just gonna do that. Let me mute the mic really quick. I will be right back, everybody. And good morning. Hey, what's up, Rev? But us splits are totally different from the EU. All units in Europe are equipped with inverted compressors, AC or DC. Most of the split contractor got it capacitor. Yeah, let me take my mic off really quick. I'm gonna run up and grab some grease. I'll be right back, everyone. Sorry about that. Didn't think about that. Okay, and we're back. Where's my, there it is. So let's go ahead and, I can't remember, do we normally grease the outside of these bearings or not? I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I just put a little bit of grease on the inside of it. Dang, my thumb is hurting. Man, I went in for my MRI last Friday, and they told me it was going to be a $200, I'm just gonna pack these. They told me it was gonna be a $200 copay, and then $800. And I said, wait, what? Insurance isn't covering any of it? And they were like, yeah, insurance is covering, and it was like next to nothing. So I did not get my MRI because we're gonna have some serious bills, I anticipate, with. Is he going to sleep? Oh, Jack's going to sleep, so we'll say goodnight to him. 1 sec, y'all. You wanna climb up and say hi to everybody real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here, wanna help you? Yeah. You got it? Oh, big boy. Oh, can they see what your shirt says? Let's see, hold on. What does your shirt say?
Big brother.
Big brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited to meet baby Landon?
Day.
You got something on your foot?
Yeah, day.
Everyone's saying to have a good nap. Can you say thank you?
Thank
You say thank you. Uh-oh, careful. Careful with that. Daddy's been building that. That's grease. No, that's grease. This is a syringe. You gotta be careful with that. Yeah. When you wake up from your nap, if I'm still streaming, you can come out and say hi again, okay? Hi, camera. All right, you say bye, everybody. Bye. Okay. Bye. Say bye, everybody. All right, I'll see you after your nap. Have a good nap, okay? I love you. Huh? Cameras, yeah, 2 cameras. Daddy's live. We're live right now. I'll see you after your nap. Watch out. Watch where you're walking. Yeah, you almost hit that.
For the Hijack Jack Fund.
Oh, Andrew! Thank you so much for the $9.99, man. He says for the Hijack Jack Fund. Thanks, Andrew. I saw you got the, was it Council of Andrews stickers? I need one of those stickers. I don't know if, when I'll be able to see you in person, so if I need to, just let me know what I need to pay for shipping. Ice cream for Jack Jack. Thank you so much. Yesterday we got Starbucks and he got his first ever cake pop, and he was definitely a very big fan of cake pops, to nobody's surprise, I think. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this. I over greased the crap out of it, so let me go ahead and just kind of like, I did get grease on the outside quite a bit, so I'm gonna at least kind of rub it in. I don't think it matters that much. I'm pretty sure in some cases I've greased the outside, in some cases I've just greased the shaft, but I will just kind of dab away a bit of the extra stuff. Oh, he's saying he's got to live up to Best Big Brother. Yeah, sharing will be interesting. His cousin's here, and she is a year, I think almost exactly a year younger than him, and it's been interesting. There's been good moments, and there's been moments of, what's going on here, Jack? Okay, these do not seem to fit. So what am I doing wrong? Oh, this goes inside of this. No. I thought that these normally go inside of the gear, but this will not fit. So what is going on here? I'm sorry to hear about the MRI situation, health insurance. Yeah, I was like, oh man, I was expecting it to cost something, but I wasn't ready to drop $1,000 right now. So, and of course, like my thumb had been feeling a little bit better, and then it started hurting again a bit more. I'm like, that's just my luck. So I'll get the MRI, but like, I think we have to spend a couple $1,000 more before we hit our family max for the year, and I anticipate that's gonna happen very soon with the hospital bills. So I just was like, yeah, I don't want to spend an extra $1,000 on my thumb right now, knowing that like we're having a baby in the next week. It just, I don't know, it didn't seem like the right call to me. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused right now. I am thinking that since this is just sort of like a standard clockwork, or this is basically, I think, like the Filomatrix, I'm wondering if we should, I don't like pre-charge unit, but it is easy to install. Oh, you're talking about, yeah. That's why I'm doing it, is because of the cost savings with the mini split. So let me see, if we go to Filomatrix, I'm pretty sure that's what we're building. All the bills, yeah. Well, I don't know how much I talked about it when Jackson was born, but so Jackson, with him coming a month early and us having a long hospital stay, it was not a, well, let me get to the documentation, then I'll share this. Okay, so let's start with this, because I think that this is exactly what we're building pretty much. So let's see, this is saying an M316 socket. This is saying an M316 socket. So yeah, let's follow this for now. With Jackson, because it was a complicated pregnancy, the bills were quite high. And so we were already stressed out, you know, being first-time parents and trying to figure out what that was all about and how to raise an infant, and he had all sorts of like initial hospital checkups because of the fact that he was early, like more so than a normal, I don't use the word normal, but more so than a typical birth would have. There we go, M316. And so all of a sudden I got hit with a bill from the hospital for I think it was $21,000 if I'm not mistaken. And I remember my heart like dropped. And I guess what happened was during the pregnancy, the insurance company switched up things. And so our OBG was no longer considered in network. And because of that, they were charging it as if it was out of network and insurance wasn't really covering anything. And so they did end up covering it, but it took many months of back and forth and stress on my part to get that to happen. So yeah, it was not a fun experience. What am I doing wrong here? Is this just, did we print this like crap? Why are we not slotting into each other? You definitely go here. I don't remember this ever being that tight of a fit. Oh, come on. This was printed on the Anycubic S1, which I have not done any printer parts with prior. And I'm wondering if it just did a crappy job. I might have to run upstairs again and grab a file. I think I've got some sandpaper that we can try to use, but I'm probably just gonna have to file down this post a little bit. Let's see, do I have sandpaper somewhere? I do. I don't think I've ever had an issue with that part, and I printed it quite a few times. So let's see, that's probably 400 grit is probably too fine. What is this? 220? We'll try 220. Okay. Hey, Joe. Yeah, so I think it's just the walls on this guy. So let's maybe just file a little bit. I think I paid $40 when my son was born. Wow. Yeah, we at the very least have to pay $4,000 out of pocket. And our insurance, like, granted, I get insurance through my employer, through Lightburn, but our insurance is $1,200. No, that's with them. Okay, it's like $1,100 a month. So on top of the $1,100 a month, we still have to pay $4,000 before they pick up the tab. I mean, they'll up, like, prior to that $4,000, they do, like, you still get in-network savings and they'll pay a portion, but they won't pick up the rest of the tab until we hit $4,000 out of pocket, which is a lot of money. How is this still not fitting? I am super confused. This is the right piece. Am I doing this wrong? No. Let's see, this piece is laid like this. This piece is going like this. Makes me wish I'd use a different printer. I wasn't anticipating struggles like this. Okay, I am gonna RS, gotta go, might be back later. Sounds great. Here in Canada, an MRI would probably have been covered by our Medicare, but it would have taken months before he got an appointment. Got it. I mean, at this point, it's been so long. We were about $1,600 for our daughter. Would probably have been less, but she was technically early by 3 hours. Wow, even 3 hours that required additional stay. I paid $250 for the insurance because I won't have an individual room at the hospital. Okay, I'm gonna go get the files. Sorry guys, I didn't anticipate that these parts weren't gonna fit together. I've literally never had an issue, but apparently the Anycubic S1 did not print these. I mean, they look pretty, but apparently tolerances are just not great. So hopefully this isn't a sign of what's to come for the rest of this build, but let me go grab files and I'll be right back. Hopefully this is the last time I have to leave for the stream. I'll be quick. On the plus side, I am getting my steps in this this stream. Nice. Thank you so much for the 5 to the memberships, man. Thank you for all the support, all the continued support. All right, files. Should hopefully make it go a little bit quicker. Let's use this guy. This is my favorite out of the bunch. Where do you go? Let's put you up here, and let's start filing. So, seems to be this part that's not going in. I made lower than poverty taking care of my mom, so I had free healthcare. When I got a raise, my pay went up and to pay for insurance, so in effect it was a pay cut. Yeah, it's similar story here. When we were in California, I was making less, and so it's in California, they have a program called Covered California, and so I got basically government assistance towards health insurance, and so I think we were only paying a few $100s maybe per month. It wasn't fully covered, but it was definitely less. And then with the pay increase, you know, I think once we had Jackson, they give us now like $40 off per month, but you know, when the bill is $1,100, it's not a sizable amount. I mean, hey, I won't say no, but yeah, it's certainly not as much as it was. How could this have printed so poorly? I don't get it. I don't understand. Always hiccups like this. I feel like, you know, like this is something that we've done. I built this extruder, I mean, our stealth burner, like probably 5 or 6 times, and really never have any huge issues. But that's what I get for doing them on a new printer, I guess, without testing tolerances on it. We're definitely shaving off some material here. Did you print all the parts on? I didn't. A lot of them I did. Most of them I did. So largely the answer to that is yes, but not all of them. The parts with overhangs, it was doing a poor job of, so I switched. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit more aggressive here, I think, because it's just not, we're just not having it. I mean, we are shaving off a lot of material. I don't, like, how is this not dropping in at this point? It doesn't even feel like I'm making much progress. Like, the fit is still so tight. Okay, we're going. It's this side that is not going. I'm gonna try to press it against the table, see if I crack it. You know what? Let's try this. What am I doing? Oh, we got it. It went in. It went in. It will never come out. It will never come out, but it went in. Anyone know if you can scale an SVG from a calibration measurement in Lightburn? I mean, Lightburn lets you modify vectors in all sorts of ways, so I don't know what exactly... I need to see kind of what you're saying, but you should be able to do any sorts of modifications to a vector without any issues. We did it! Where's our, let's see.
That was easy.
Okay. Best way to know if your printer is printing well, print another printer. All right, step one. The only one who really makes money is our insurance companies. Yeah, I mean, their goal is to make money. You know, that's why they exist. So they're not there to help; they're there to make money. So, yeah, I've just not had good experiences all around. Dental was another one. Aaron had some dental work done that the dentist said insurance would cover. Insurance kicked it back, so they weren't cover it, and the dentist wasn't willing to just like take it laying down. So we ended up meeting in the middle where I paid half, which still ended up being like an extra $300 out of pocket that I wasn't planning on spending. Okay, step one is done. Feel good about that. Step two, install the BMG idler assembly as shown. If not already, now is the time to lubricate the needle bearing and the idler assembly. So the thing I'm not understanding is when are we putting in those two little bearings? I thought it was here. I thought that the two little bearings were inside of here, but I'm not seeing them there. They have to be there. Or is there two different versions of this thing? Oops. Yeah, I thought that this is where the bearings are going to be, but if I'm looking at this, these are the parts I have. Hey Kydorn, I need a sanity check. So we've got our main gear, right? Which already has this installed. So I'm assuming like we don't need to install anything on this shaft, right? So this is done. Maybe this is where it normally goes. I don't think so though. Maybe that's what I'm doing. And then there's this guy, which I thought is where the bearings would go into. But if I'm looking at this, there's no way it's going into here. It's too, like, let me get some calipers just to verify, like a sanity check again. Calipers are right here. Oh. Okay, so inside of this shows roughly, let's just call it 3.5 millimeters. And the bearings are 4.7. Yeah, that ain't working. So those need to come off. And this is roughly 3 millimeters. So we have a half a millimeter of slop, I guess. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't remember ever seeing play like that. Has anyone assembled this specific configuration? Like, I've never used this gearing before. DM your address and I'll get a Council of Andrew sticker too. Yes. Okay. Sounds great. I will do that, Andrew. Is Discord fine? Is it Andrew Rogers on Discord? Yeah, I'm a little bit uncertain on this. I don't ever recall having this sort of play. They included the bearings, but there's no mention of the bearings. The picture here just shows I just don't get why include those two bearings. Just is it just to confuse me? Any input? I'd love to know what we think. Those bearings definitely cannot go inside of this gear. We just measured it. This has got 3.5 millimeter inner diameter. Well, the bearings are like, what did we say, four and some change. The shaft itself is 3 millimeters, so we have a 0.5 millimeter of slop. I don't know if it's just going to be fine because when it tensions up against it, it's just going to be okay, but I would think that we wouldn't want it to have wiggle slop like left and right like that. I don't know, once it's in place, it seems like it's not rubbing on the plastic, at least. Okay, we'll move forward. I just don't understand why they included those bearings if they're not even used. All right, we'll just keep going. Okay, next up, tension screw. I'm just gonna check back and forth to make sure these match. This one doesn't have you do the tension screw yet, it doesn't look like. But we'll do the tension screw. So, we've got this. We've got our spring. We've got our nylon washer. And then this is going, let's see, like this. Okay. Okay. So now we are moving on to the extruder body. Which is this piece right here. And we need a few extra things. So we need a ball, a micro switch. Let's try to find all this stuff. It's almost like maybe we shouldn't be trying to make money off keeping people alive. Yeah, there's an idea. Okay, so things we need. Micro switch, 2 M2 by 10s and a little ball. So here's our tiny little balls. So for our micro switch. Now we're looking for, what did I say? M2 by 10s. M2 by 10s. Okay, so the only thing we're missing is the micro switch. And I have no idea if this is just going to be a small micro switch in a baggie somewhere or if it's part of a larger wiring harness. So let's see. Doesn't look like it's in here. Let's see, here's a big wiring harness. I'm just gonna place this here. Let's see, these are just wires. This is just a fan. Here we go. No. Okay, so I found a bag with micro switches, but what I don't know is if these are the micro switches I'm supposed to use. I'm assuming X and Y is gonna have micro switches. For Z, I would think we're gonna be using, the cartographer for our Z. So I would think we're probably gonna be using these guys. Let me check the BOM to see how many limit switches this kit was supposed to include. GPs, did you see my DM and what happens after a week with non-annealed PPACF? It absorbed a lot of water and loses all of its strength. No. I can show that. Let me, if you're okay with me sharing that, let's see. Can I share this? GPs, do you mind if I show the video and like the message? Is that fine? Let me know. I'm always weird about DMs. I feel like it's probably fine. I posted on Discord the announcement of second pregnancy of life almost 10 years ago. Wow. Send a couple videos. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Let me share this. So this is what I've got from GPs. Hey Dan, thank you. Been trying out PPACF on my wings. However, I found when I took it to the field, the material started becoming soft even though it was only 25°C and full sunlight. It crashed, and after taking it home, you can see in the video the material has gone soft when warmed. Ran sample tests straight after printing, and 1 week after, you can see the material was fine at 60 Celsius after printing, but failed at 50°C after a week. My assumption is water absorption is getting into the material. I've seen quite a few years ago when I tried basic nylon, but assumed PPACF would solve this. These parts weren't annealed, which should help, but due to the thin walls, I would expect them to warp if I tried. Oh, wow. That's really flimsy. I mean, they are thin-walled, but like, that's crazy. Is this, what, is this Polymaker PPACF? Which one is this? Oh no, dude. Yeah, so at 50 Celsius, they're fine in the oven. This is fresh off the printer though, before moisture could have gotten to them. Oh, that one. Maybe you're saying that's the one that had moisture in it. It looks wet. Like, I mean, the surface quality of it looks slightly different. Maybe it's just the lighting. So I don't have audio right now, but I'm assuming that, is this after a while? Like the other ones were initially like right after printing, and this is after you've had them off for a while? That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, that is like, we're not even talking like a little bit. That is substantial. What is the orange piece? Because the orange piece doesn't seem to be flexing as much. That's crazy. Thanks for sharing that. Sorry I didn't see it. I've been really busy with all of the like prepping for being out and baby stuff. I just haven't been able to see messages. Let's see, FYSETC, Venture, XL bomb. You know what? The bomb's probably in the documentation. Maybe? Maybe not. Firmware CAD wiring diagram is bomb. Here we go. Okay. So this should be under, I think, electronics. X-axis end stop 1. Y-axis end stop 1. Let me just search, maybe. Okay, so 2 end stops. Huh, I don't even see, I don't know what the keyword would be. So it doesn't look like there's a Z limit switch, so I'm gonna assume that we're supposed to steal one of these switches. So we'll do that. We'll steal one of these switches. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. I just didn't want to take it if that wasn't what it was intended for. But yeah, I think the third one is very likely that. And it looks like, yeah, so it looks like these two limit switches are actually tied to one connector. So this is going to be our X and our Y, and then this short one right here is not. I believe we need to remove the arm on it though. I'm almost positive we need to remove the arm on it for this to work. Yeah, we need to remove the arm on it. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't have any great tool down here. Needle nose pliers would be ideal. I'll probably just use some flush cutters. You should need an end stop using photographer. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to. I know that like on my switch wire, there we go. I had both a Z switch as well as clicky because of the way it was set up. So I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case with this. So, all right, so we've got our switch. Let me turn off autofocus for a sec here because it's just gonna be a close up of my hand otherwise. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, we need to drop our metal ball. They gave us 2 balls, that's nice of them. So if there is something that's gonna roll off the table and never be found, it is gonna be these little metal balls. So dropping this in, there we go. And then based off that, our switch needs to go in. Did the ball not go in all the way? Is this another tolerance issue? I think we'll just roll with it and see if it. We'll try it. We'll get a piece of fillet and make sure that it's triggering once I install it. Daniel, I have the CAD open. Okay, let me know. I can't open the CAD on this computer, but going to restart with annealed. What's funny is that this was the time the UK actually got quite warm, so not that bad humidity. I don't know. So I'm not going to do multicolor initially, but it does have, like, because it has the Filomatrix. I don't think this is going in how it's supposed to, guys. Drop them all into the slot and follow with its limit switch. Secure in place with 2. Something tells me tolerances are going to be super crappy. Nope, that went right in. But the ball is not going where it's supposed to. That I can tell. It is supposed to go into a hole. It is not doing. Which is frustrating. Okay, I think it might have dropped in. Okay, it went in. It definitely went in. Okay. Yeah, so because this is what they shipped with, I just printed the parts that they had. Armor. I don't know if I'm doing multicolor on this. I really don't know. I might. I definitely could. Okay, let's see if this is aligned at all. But I don't know yet. It depends on how well this thing performs and all that. Like, if it's not performing that well, then adding multicolor to the equation sounds like not a great call. But if it's working really well, then yeah, maybe. It would be nice to be able to just top load this with the box turtle, if nothing else. So we'll see. So this is a tiny little Phillips screw, which is not probably what my choice would have been. Do we have a tiny Phillips? Did they include a tiny Phillips? I doubt it. They did send some tools though. They did include a tiny Phillips. A very tiny Phillips. I don't know that I'll have the leverage to... Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna see if I've got M2x10 screws that are socket head. This is kind of dumb. If you're on window, you have to use WinRAR to unarchive. Anything else will render. No, so I can open the CAD file, Ranch. The CAD file is like 1 GB large, and for some reason, Shaper 3D takes an eternity to open it, and that's what I use. I'm able to get it open on my computer upstairs, but not on the one down here. Let's see, M2. Nope. M2x10. And it's empty. I don't want to run upstairs again. I don't get why they didn't send a socket head with this. I can try with this tiny thing, but I don't think I'm going to get it. The holes aren't perfectly aligned either, which is going to be a struggle. Like,
Smash the thumbs up emoji, everyone. Only
nice, thank you for the donation.
thumbs
Yeah,
up
if you have not,
emoji.
hit the like button, please.
WTF,
This is the
unamused
last stream
face
for.
emoji.
Yeah, it looks pretty aligned. I'll try it one more time, and if not, I'll probably just end up running upstairs again, getting my steps in today. I'm sorry, that's the downside of streaming in the garage right now, is all of my stuff is pretty much upstairs. Okay. I'm gonna strip this. No, we need a socket head. Oh my god. Ah! I'm guessing you're not opening the CAD from a step file or similar each time and not saving it. Every time I open it, it seems to want to. I can show you guys. Let's see. So if I go. Venture Excel. So it's a RAR file, and then I extracted it. I'm nearly positive. So let me see. Open with WinRAR. So yeah, it's a 1 GB. It's a 1 GB file. Extract to downloads. Okay. I already have it, so I mean we'll redo it. It says it's an M2 on the baggie. Yeah, M2x10 self-tapper. And so if I go to hey hun, last stream for a while, baby is almost here. Thank you for all your love and support to Daniel on the channel. Yeah, thank you everyone. I told everyone that Sunday is the big day. So I mean, here it is, but like I'll upload. Let's see if I go import, downloads. I'll just search my downloads for the Venture. So Venture Excel step file is right here, right? It's almost a gigabyte. And then while it's doing this, I'll run upstairs. I bet you it won't open. It takes forever to like process. But yeah, let me go see if I have M210 socket head screws. Wait, but when you open a step, it's importing it and creating a native file of your software, which takes ages. Once you open it, you want to save it, not open the step again. I feel like... I mean, it's entirely possible that that's the issue, GPs. But I feel like here's one that I'd opened previously, right? Like you can see it, it's already kind of gone through that process. This is from 8/26. This is one I opened yesterday. We'll see if this goes faster. But yeah, let me run and grab the M210s. I apologize again for having to leave the stream, but I'll leave you guys on the spinning wheel.
For Erin Wellness Fund. Winking face emoji.
That was way faster than I was expecting. It opened. So I can't find, I have M210 absolutely upstairs in the drawers of printed parts that we've done, but where are they? That I couldn't tell you. So I don't know what to do at this point. We can start building the hot end portion of it and I could search for them later, but I don't want to leave you guys down here staring at the screen for, what are these? I don't want to leave you guys down here just staring at the screen the whole dang time, so. I wish they had sent socket heads. M2 by 10 Phillip head are just awful screws. They're just really really not good. Trying to see if I've got maybe a better screwdriver that I could try to take a whack at it with, but these are not gonna work. Rob, hey, thank you so much. Finally, I've been watching 1.5 speed coming in late. Thank you so much for all the support, man. It's definitely been a bit frustrating. I mean, a big part of it is too, like, I since I don't normally stream down here. I mean, can I even say that now? We've been streaming down here for almost 2 months, but like upstairs, I sort of know where all my things are, at least to an extent. And down here, it's like, all right, here's a slightly larger Phillips screwdriver. Let's see if I can. I just can't get leverage with the little Phillips screw. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't use at least a socket head screw. But like, yeah, it's a tiny little M2 Phillips head screw. No, it's just gonna strip it. Yeah, I'm stripping it. We can try here. Let's try taking out. Can I even get this out now? Yeah. Let's get a fresh screw. My reamers, they're upstairs. I might have a drill bit down here. I'll take a look in a sec here. Okay, maybe that's what I need to do. Just basically, so that one I was able to get all the way through. Cut it out with a laser. All right. That one I did get all the way through. So as long as I can get the micro switch to be pretty aligned with these holes, if I can get the second one reamed out, or not reamed out, but like cleared out right now, then I think we might be okay. Get a fresh screw, the word always spoken when using a Phillips. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I've gotten it through both. So let's see now if we can definitely remove some material. If I can get these holes aligned, then we should be okay. Okay, let's see with my flashlight. The issue too is like the left hole is not as aligned as I would like for it to be, and I think that is going to be our issue. Let's see. Let's try with the right hole first, which looks to be the more aligned one. Yeah, it's once we get to the frickin' switch. Okay, we got one in. I basically bent this screwdriver in half. Realistically, we probably only need the one. We probably don't need the two. Oh, hey, Kenneth. All right, we'll try with one more fresh screw, M210. Hopefully by the time I need to use the other two, we've got, I'll throw this one back in the bag to troll myself later. Hopefully by the time we get to the other ones, I will have found the other self-tappers. But yeah, this one is the one that's a little bit more concerning to me. Music stopped too. Here we go. Yeah, it probably is the switch hole. I wonder if I use like, like, I wonder if I get started in the switch with like this, so we just grip and twist it, if that will give me enough of an opening to I don't think so. I think I just damaged it. Yeah. These screws suck. Look at this. It bent the screw head. That's wild. I'm like at this point thinking maybe we just leave it with the one. It's in there so tight. I don't imagine it'll pivot. Well, no. Oh yeah, sensorless humming. No kidding. All right, we'll grab one last screw. I can't believe they used Phillips head. I know this is like a minor detail in the grand scheme of things. I'm nitpicking, but it still seems just like, why? Everything else in this kit is using an Allen key. All right, it's in. It's in as good as I'm getting it. Now, I just need to hope. Everybody say, everyone send up good vibes or say a prayer or something. Let's just hope that, my filament slides right through here and it triggers the switch without any issues, because if I have to take it apart, I'm gonna cry a little bit. Grab this. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. All right, please, please, please work. Oh, baby, can you hear that? Hold on, wait. Can you hear that? It's a beautiful sound if you can hear it. I'm gonna turn off. Can you guys hear that? All right. Look at that. Here, noise suppression's off for this one. Wait. This is a beautiful. I've never been so happy to hear a click in my life. Oh, thank everybody. All right, let me really quickly put the filter back on so you guys don't hear the fan. What did I do? Properties, filters. Noise suppression. There we go. Okay. another. We need to do it one more time.
That was easy.
All right. Piece of cake. So what does this want us to do next? Oh god, I'm sure this will be fun. Oh yeah. This is supposed to be the easy part of the build, man. This is the part that I've done many times. Okay. So one of these bearings is going right here. Okay, we're gonna use our Nipix, because of course it's not gonna be... You know what, let's actually, here, let me... Where's the tool? Where's the tool? Here we go. Let's use this guy once. Okay, still tough. Why are we not going in, bud? Wow. Okay. Put together a G2E. I haven't built a G2E still. Hey, Maurice. Hey, happy birthday, buddy. That means you get to pick how many times we spin the wheel today. Okay, so I think that side is probably good. I'll press it in a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. That's plenty good. Okay, let's see. The other side is going to be trickier just because I cannot do that. So let me clear this out a little bit on both sides, if possible. I don't think I can get it from this side, actually. Nope, that won't work. Okay, so for this side, I'll probably drop the bearing in. And then I think in the past we've used, pretty sure we've used just one of these Allen keys. Let me actually grab the one that's going to be closest to size. Maybe. So far I have a G2E printing 85A. Wow, that's awesome. Maybe that's what we should have gone with. Okay, this seems like it should fit okay. And it's basically the exact size of this, but a little bit extra. Okay, so the issue is going to be getting this thing to lay down flat. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to really quickly move over here. We can change camera for a sec. I just don't want to put all the pressure up against the printer's bed. Okay, I think we got that in. Yeah, that's good. Sweet! Okay, last thing is an M3x6 flathead. And I just want to make sure that the instructions for this are saying the same thing here. I don't. I don't see any mention of an M3.6 flathead. Let me make sure this has the hole for it. Yeah, it certainly does. Okay, well, we're gonna do an M3.6 flathead because that's what this thing calls for. If we've got it, then the kit come with an M3.6 flathead. Looks like the gantry. Yes! Oh, LTX. Okay, so first off, thank you very much for the recommendation of like, I think this is about what you said, basically to make sure the gantry wasn't too high up. So it's down like, I don't know, 16 to 18 inches approximately. So the issue was actually, it was my fault. Go figure. But in my defense, the instructions, lack of instructions really is what screwed me up. So the issue I had was, let's see. So the threaded hole that these mount onto isn't centered, right? It favors one side. and the idlers were favoring outside when they should have been favoring inside. And the reason for that is that the idlers were on reverse. Basically, if you flip the idler upside down, it goes on correctly. And so when I sent a photo to FYSETC, they basically sent a picture showing that like the front of the CNC parts here should be flush with each other, but they weren't because this side is slightly offset. It's because I had this over there and this over there. So if it was just, if all they had to do was call out like this basically should be flush, and this should be favoring inside, and it would have never been an issue. But because they didn't, and because they look so similar and it went on correctly, that's what did it for me. GP is 24 months next week. All the best for the baby. Thank you so much, man. We're very excited. We're nervous, but we're very excited. I know Aaron is beyond ready, and we're as ready as we're gonna be realistically. Like the house is set up as best as we're gonna get it, and Aaron is ready. So, okay, so I'm looking for an M36 flathead. Here we go. Got it right here. GPs, thank you so much, man, for the 5 gifted memberships. Cheers. I stopped reading out who gets them, but I'm gonna start doing it again. Moofishy got one, Anthony Hanley got one, Yearly got one, Hunter the Great got one, and Jeff all got one. Thank you, GPs. Okay, M36. And if I'm not mistaken, on this little M36, I think we're supposed to have it starting off pretty much as tight as possible, and then we loosen it, basically. Install the cheese bearing screw, the anti-squish is shown. Doesn't say anything about how to install it as far as like how tight you want it, but I thought we pretty much have it seated all the way, and then you loosen it later if need be. I think that's correct. We'll just basically, yeah, we'll just go all the way there. Troy! Thank you so much, man, for 24 months. How close is that to Jackson's age? Jackson was born on March 5th. So March, April, May, June, July, August, almost September. So about 6 months older. About 6 months older. So you joined up right when Aaron was, what, like 3 months into the pregnancy. So right at the beginning of it all. It's so crazy to think that when I started streaming and a lot of people here started hanging out, like, it was before I got married and before I had a kid, now almost 2, and before we left the state. Like, it's been a crazy couple of years. I really appreciate everybody for sticking with me and being along for this ride. Okay, so we don't have to do anything with this, it looks like. Based off what I'm seeing here, this guy is already, I'm assuming, just pressure fit from the factory. There is a set screw, and there is this guy, but I'm assuming this is for a different build. I don't really, it's kind of like extra parts here. Like you get these inside, that's what threw me off was they include these little bearings here, but we don't seem to use them in this build. Or these, yeah, or these. So I don't really, it's a bit confusing to me. Are you realistically considering a live stream installing a mini split? I don't think so. I don't think so, Nice. I know that I'm very nervous about drilling any kind of hole in the garage, and I don't want to do it live. I'm a squirrel, and I want to focus. I really want to focus, so I don't think I'll do a live stream. If you guys are interested, I can post like photos or I can do like update videos for members or patrons or something like that. That's if you guys would be interested when that time comes, but outside of that, I don't think so. Okay, so this is just gonna... This just sits like that? This is rubbing. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's because... content. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Well, that's rubbing. Not a lot, but it's rubbing a little bit. About to start a Born 2.4 build, I need a toolhead board. Which one do you recommend? I have an Octopus Pro MCU. A toolhead board? I mean, I like CAN bus. But I also don't have any against like the 2.4. I mean, sorry, the Nighthawk board. I don't know if has Nighthawk 2 or has the Nighthawk. Jeez Louise. What toolhead are you using? I guess is my first question. Are you using a stealth burner or are you doing something different? Because the thing I was gonna say is I don't know if the stealth burner LDO Nighthawk now has beacon, like a beacon port. This thing is rubbing. Let's see once I get it in the other side if it's still rubbing. No, it's not. Cool. The only thing is though, I'm pretty sure that normally you want to center this gear, and I have no ability to move it at all with the way this is set up. So we will not be able to adjust this gear, and we'll just hope that it does not rub. Laser cut my first object, Woodfinity base plate. Nice. Wait, did they release laser cuttable files for the grid? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna probably end up doing that for my entire setup upstairs if I can get settings correctly without charring. And did you use wood or acrylic for it? That would be an awesome, that'd be way faster than printing out the grids. $36 does, okay, stealth burner doesn't. Stealth burner toolhead, got it. So what, it depends on what you're wanting to do. If you use, is there any option for the stealth burner toolhead that would allow you to hook up a beacon without having to run the wires back? Like, is any of the CAN boards? It wouldn't, huh? Because the CAN boards probably don't have a USB hookup. So you basically, if you go with stealth burner and you want to do beacon or like a eddy current probe, you would have to run a secondary set of cables, like the USB cable, basically. But if you're not planning on going with, a beacon, VictoryTech has one. That's probably what I would recommend, man. I'd probably do CAN bus and give yourself the option to go with the eddy current scanner in the future, like just to future-proof it. That's what I would do. I am at this point such a fan of eddy current scanners. Oh, you sent me a picture. Okay, sweet. Zombie. Oh yeah, dude. Is that compatible with the standard Gridfinity? Can I show this? I'm gonna show this. This is sick. Is it just 3mm? I have so much 3mm wood for all the laser stuff I do for Lightburn. I would love to just cut these out for my IKEA drawers instead of doing the printing that I've been doing. I have an eddy probe. Okay, yeah, if you have an eddy probe, oh, you have an eddy probe. Yeah, if you have an eddy probe, I'd just go VictoryTech. I'd go VictoryTech CAN, and make sure that you get the one, that has the USB eddy hookup to it, or the ability to connect the eddy to it. That's freaking awesome, Zombie. I had no idea that was a thing, but it makes so much sense. It's literally a two-dimensional part, or I mean, it's three-dimensional, but you know, it's just X, Y, and Z. There's no like 3D geometry to it outside of a flat surface. That's so freaking cool. Oh, is that why you were asking about editing in Lightburn? Because you were messing around with the vector for this? Posted in the live streams? Okay. I will take a quick look at that. Let's see. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, dude, let me show. This feels like a I don't know why, but this feels like a naughty a naughty shot. That is way too clean. The only thing that is gonna drive me a little wild is the charring. Like, I still have yet to find a really good solution for removing it. Even if I clean it, it's not a big deal always, but like inside of my IKEA, I think it's the Billy bookcase, the Alex drawers, it's all white, and I just don't want to get black like soot all over it, so I'll have to figure out that. Acrylic is probably going to be too expensive. I mean, acrylic is just expensive, so I'd rather use wood. That's very cool. Does the beacon not work on the LDO Nighthawk? That's what I've ordered right now. So it works on the Nighthawk if you have the Nighthawk 36 board. The Nighthawk 36 board does have a USB port on it, or like a port that you could hook up for USB eddy or beacon. But if you went with the Stealth Burner Nighthawk board, it does not have the hookup. That's freaking awesome. That looks great. Okay, so let me check the other thing in the live stream channel. Also, in 20 minutes, we'll open up the giveaway for everyone. That's amazing. That's great, nice. Bitutech, EBB, SP2209, SP2240, CAN USB for Warren Self Running. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen this board before. So this is a USB. Wait, Bitutech also has USB toolhead boards now? This is not a CAN, right? This looks like USB. You got 24 volts in, you've got your USB in, and then you've got your cable out, and this goes to the toolhead. You got your connecting pins. And then maybe is the probe where you hook up the, this is where you'd hook up the USB port. I have no idea what I'm doing with this Snapmaker laser. It's kind of jank and makes me want a real laser. Yeah, I will say having, I mean, the diode lasers are pretty sweet. Like I've got a Crowley Falcon 2 Pro up here that is Lightburn stuff, not YouTube stuff. I mean, it's Lightburn YouTube stuff, but not for my channel. I got it to be able to do videos on Lightburn stuff, but it's a 20-watt diode, and that would be more than enough to cut out a bunch of these Gridfinities. But I will say, like, having the big CO2 laser is such a treat for cutting out stuff really quickly. Hey, Stuart! Okay, it's on the top and back, got it. Been a while for myself. Looks like you're building up a sweet rig. 600 is massive. Hey, Adam. Yeah, it's we're making progress. This has taken a lot longer than expected, which some of it's my fault, some of it is poor instruction, some of it's missing parts, but the frame's done, the Z is done, the gantry's done, the belts are done. It's basically toolhead and wiring, I think. The toolhead's taken forever, which is partially my fault, partially interesting decisions. But yeah, we are definitely making some progress here. All right, 2 M325 socket heads. I need a new project, but I don't know what. Too much choices. That's a good problem to have, nice. I know that as well. So I would rather have too many choices and be overwhelmed by it than not have any like ideas. Because it's kind of like, I find that a little bit depressing. Like when I can't remember the last time I've actually been like that, where I'm like, man, I don't have any like ideas for a project. That's my brain and the way it's been, like that just hasn't been the case in years. But I would rather have too many choices and not know which one I want to do than be like, oh man, probably shouldn't press too hard on that. I've got no idea, you know, like no ideas for a project. What the? Tolerances on all these printed parts are kind of jank, man. God. That part of it is obviously my fault. I can't blame FYSETC for me printing some of these parts out just poorly. That is on me. With my hour of experience, I want a laser that does auto Z offset and the ability to take a photo of the workpiece. So the photo should be pretty easy. I will say this, like any laser can have a camera with Lightburn. You basically can use any USB camera and mount it and do that. But the auto Z offset is not as common. I think I only have one machine that does auto Z offset, and it's my massive CO2 laser. It has basically, I think it's an IR sensor that shoots across from left to right of the workspace. And so you place your work material and drop the bed below it, and then it raises the Z until it touches that. The only downside is oftentimes thin plywood is not flat, and so it's going to trigger at the highest point, right? So depending on how big of a material you're working with, sometimes like it'll be perfectly in focus for part of the cut, but then the piece of material that's like a little bit lower, it won't cut through, so I'll have to do a second pass. So there's trade-offs. You could always also, like if you know a material's warped, use something to try to hold it down, or if you have enough power, when it's in focus, you still drop it, or you still raise it up a hair, so that way you kind of try to find the center point of, it's not totally in focus at the highest point or the lowest point, but it's like in focus in the center point. So, but I think that the auto Z offset is becoming more common, but it's certainly not the like de facto standard by any means. Not so. Lightburn has USB camera support for overview camera, and they do have USB camera for toolhead, but it's been in beta for a really long time. I don't know like what I'm allowed to say or what's been publicly posted, so I'm just gonna say like it's being worked on. But the idea will be that instead of having to have a super wide angle lens that can capture everything, which is okay on a small laser, but on a big one, it's kind of, you get kind of fisheye, or you can correct for it, but it just kind of can affect the resolution. You can just have a lower resolution camera on the toolhead, and it sort of does almost like a 3D printer probing, but instead it just takes a photo, 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 and then stitches it all together. So you have a bunch of photos put together that are really accurate in high resolution without needing it. Awesome build. I mean, new project. You'll have your ups and downs, all good. I'll be watching the progress. Hey, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it, man. I mean, it's really about the destination a lot more. I mean, that's not right. It's a lot more about the journey than the destination for me. So anytime we do a thing, even if I get stuck and run into frustrating things, like it's always a good learning experience. I try to remember that. So this still feels like it's spinning pretty well. There might be a tiny bit of snag. Might be a tiny bit of snag, but I think that if there's even like just a hair, it'll probably end up wearing itself pretty quickly and clearing out, because it's not a lot. You tell me to wait for Bamboo to make a laser. I'm not saying that. Xtool might have it. I'm trying to think. I don't know if like some of the big companies are. I mean, obviously Creality is doing laser stuff. Elegoo has theirs. But in Laserland, there's like Atom Stack is one. I don't think Ortur is making lasers anymore. What else do I have? I have Atom Stack. There's a handful of new like lasers that have come out that are like Core XY, and they look really nice, and they're fully enclosed. So it is worse to have a project idea, but just have to sit on it because the current printer is busy. That's fair. I don't know what the best DIY laser project is. I know that there's some pretty awesome DIY CO2 laser projects, but I don't know the names of them off the top of my head, and I don't know that they make sense. They're expensive, like, let's see, I'll just really quickly look, like, DIY CO2. There's a guy on YouTube that has done a pretty cool one. I think it's this guy, actually, this is from 2022. I'm pretty sure this is the guy I was following.
A portion of this video has been sponsored. 3D printed these plates by using aluminum plates. Printed a simple.
Look at that, 3D printed parts. Oh, look at, oh, dude.
Excited with how well these belt tensioners DM printed. All are neat.
Does he show the rest of it? I don't know if this is the one I was watching. Maybe it was this one. Maybe it's this one.
DIY fiber laser cutter.
This one looks so you've got, if you want to go CO2, like it's usually really expensive because you're using, I mean in this case those look like, those 4040s, those look like 4040s. One of my coworkers had a DIY laser build. It's a small laser, but I built it when I first started working at Lightburn, and I had a lot of fun with it. It uses a lot of 3D printed parts. So I can find it really quickly and show you guys. Why don't I see it? Is it not in the garage anymore? Hold on. This isn't that big of a garage. I mean, it's a good sized garage, but I should be able to find it really quickly here. I don't see it over there. It's literally a bright orange laser. How could I have misplaced it? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get it. I'm not gonna be able to get it. Yeah, there's no way. I could just show it. We actually built it on stream. What am I saying? It's a tiny laser though. It's a tiny diode laser. It wouldn't do like, it wouldn't do what you wanted. Engravinator. It was one of our first. Here, I mean, this is it. But it's all laser safe acrylic, which is really nice. It's all 3D printed parts, right? So 3D printed parts. I think it's 2020 extrusions if I remember. Maybe it's 3030s. But it's a portable laser, and the idea is like you can take it wherever you want, and you can engrave on larger things. Like, you know, if you can't bring the big object to the laser, you can bring the laser to the big object. So, but we did actually do a stream on building it. So if you go back on the channel, oh man, I'm not showing. Yeah, this was towards the beginning. Engravinator, Oddbot, Army. Yeah, so this was we built it. This is like of how 3 years ago. My neighbors are here, and then I mentioned.
Yeah,
oh yeah, we did a boron tile. I don't know. I was looking at my camera setup, man, all flickery.
A full size. What it looks like before.
But this was when I was doing the Norton white tile method. So. Oh, look, I'm still eating. I was eating 3 years ago.
But these are 12 volts.
Oh, that's when I was playing around with the belt printer.
On this guy, which
that's crazy. What a throwback. Currently using my lowrider as laser, but results are meh. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat a CO2 laser, honestly. Okay, we've got our bolts in. This is taking so long. Sorry, y'all. Drive gear alignment. We can't align our drive gear actually with this because there's no set screw to adjust. So we kind of just have to hope it's aligned. Seems like it's going in fine. It's not as aligned as I would like it actually. That's going to be interesting. This is not as aligned as I would like. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys this very well, but I don't think I have any way to adjust this because there's no set. I'll check, but it was a single press piece. Oh, that's going to be really tricky to show. Let's see, we're getting more out of focus. Yeah, you guys aren't going to be able to see, I don't think, the teeth on that. The only thing I can think of, let me zoom out a little bit, is if I'm able to press the bearing in further, maybe? Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was one of the first builds I think we did on the channel. Like we did, I think we did a V0 and like a Mark III. I completely forgot that we did it on the channel until I was talking about it and I was like, wait, I've covered this. So this is definitely not centered. And the thing that's interesting though is there's threaded holes on this. So I wonder if I'm supposed to use those threaded holes for the alignment to push the entire assembly in one direction. Let's see. Like there's the normally this is just a solid shaft if I'm not mistaken that everything sits on. I believe that's correct. But in this case there's threads through it. So I wonder if with FYSETC's build they are anticipating that you're going to use some sort of like a flathead screw to align this. It's definitely different than I'm used to seeing. There any tolerance back and forth. I've heard of people shimming with a washer. Interesting. So I'm curious to see. So they have us place it. M38. So that to me looks like they're saying an M38 socket is what you're supposed to use there. And I do think that if I use an M38 socket there, let me see which side is it favoring. I think it's favoring the other side, so that's not gonna do me any good. No, it won't do me any good. I need an M3 socket on this side for that to actually do anything. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to push this any further that way. I had to shim mine with a washer due to way too much play. Interesting, mine doesn't have play, but my printed parts also, the tolerance isn't great. So, because on this bearing, was your bearing flat? Or let me show this. With this bearing right here, was it flat up against the back wall? Because mine has like, mine's in there like 2 or 3 millimeters. I probably would have to pop mine out and do a little bit of, oh, why can't I think of what this tool is called? Deburring to make that a possibility. What's likely going to happen is I'm going to end up building this tool head off stream. I'm not going to make everybody wait to watch me build this tool head just because I've done it so many times. I can point out any other weird things I run into, like nuances, but yeah, this is, if you look at this part, hold on, I don't need a light anymore. The bearing is not even close to flush. Like, it's flat. I used a large Allen key to press it in, but if I just take my calipers really quick here, let's wait. I think the battery's starting to go on him, which is making it a little less accurate, but I've got about 2.5 millimeter gap. Yeah, I've got a 2.5 millimeter gap. If I can make that a 1.5 millimeter gap, it would probably be perfect for what I need. So let me try pressing it and see if with a little bit more force, if I can get it in further. If not, I might try to pop it out. I don't think I had that much gap, so it might be good. Yeah. I need it to go in about another millimeter. I think 1 more millimeter and I would be okay with the location of the filament on the teeth. But right now it's heavily favoring one side a lot more than I would like. I'll change camera. So yeah, I'm just basically using a large Allen key that the face of it is flat and it's the same size as the bearing. And can I do this side? No, that side will, and I'm just pressing downwards. I don't think it's gonna go in further. Yeah, it's not going in further. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it out now, actually, without damaging it, because I only have access to the... Actually... Okay, let me try this again. I was able to press it in a little bit further. Not the bearing, but the actual shaft itself. So let's see if I get it aligned like this. And I press this in. Okay. That did move it a bit. And it doesn't feel like it's sliding back and forth very much. That looks way better. That looks way better. Okay, let me reinstall these 2 screws and make sure that it still looks better. That might have done it. Wait, where am I doing? This needs to be like this. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Probably don't want to over tighten that right now. Okay, let's see how this is. So let me grab my light one more time. Grab my filament. It looks way better just looking at it from without even the filament in there. Yeah, I feel good about that. Cool. I mean, hopefully it doesn't move around. It doesn't seem like it'll slide on its own. If it has some, like if something gives it left and right pressure, I could see it wanting to move a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna move on its own. Like, even with my finger doing a little bit of back and forth movement, it's not moving. It was a pretty good pop, or a pretty good bit of force was required to shift it. So we'll call that good. Oh, also, let me open the giveaway link now. It's time. It's definitely time. All right. Okay. Polymaker filament giveaway form is officially pinned in chat. In half an hour, Maurice is going to pick our lucky number since he is our birthday boy today. Oh no, the ECAS fitting. Oh no. I'm like tempted to run and grab my heat gun. It's my nemesis. We'll try it. We'll try it. Let's see. Look at ECAS, man. Let's see. Install the ECAS fitting as shown. It looks like we're keeping the... No, we can't be keeping the bottom piece on it. This usually comes off, yeah. So I just took off this little bottom kind of rubbery piece. It doesn't seem to get used in any of the 3D printing builds I've done that use that. And then let's use this. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna... Dude, I'm scared of cracking this piece. I think I'm gonna grab my heat gun. One more time, I'm leaving you all. I promise this is it. This is it. This is the last time I'm leaving today. I'm gonna grab the heat gun. I want to warm this part. Like, with how much time we spent just getting this to here, if I have to take out these screws and everything, like, I'm gonna be really bummed out. So let me at least hit it with some heat to try to make it less of a stressful entry because of the tolerance issues going on. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Erin calls and says she is in labor and Daniel forgets to come back and stream. That would be wild. Okay, so I am just got my little Ryobi little heat gun here. It takes a little while to heat up, but that's fine. And we're just gonna try to warm up basically this top cavity here. Oh, nope, right here, to get it a little bit softer. So that way, hopefully the ECAS can pop in without cracking the piece. So, wish me luck, everybody. We're in. We're in! Yes! All right, that was pretty painless. Is the music really loud today? I can lower it. It might be. I might have changed things up. So I know that when people rewatch the streams, they don't love the music being super loud. So let me lower it. Is that better? Or actually, no, I don't want to change that. One sec. Let me make that louder again. And let me lower this instead. Okay, is that quieter? I just dropped it like 2 decibels. I like the music, like it definitely helps me get in the zone, but I don't want people to rewatch the stream. I've had a few people be like, ah, music's a little loud sometimes, so it's more meant to be background sound for the pauses, when there is pauses. Okay, ECAS fitting is in. Next we are sliding this in. That feels a little bit tight. It's probably because of this bolt right here. Yeah. Okay. And then we need another M325. Oh, the one thing I didn't do was I did not install the screw. Here, I'll do it right now. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. We're getting there. Let me grab the stool. Giveaway link is open for anyone that didn't hear it. We'll close it in 23 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna loosen this a bit because we want this to be able to turn freely. Or move freely. There we go. So this is able to slide now. But yeah, there is, it looks like a screw it wants us to install into that piece. I'm not exactly sure what purpose it serves, but if I look here, you know what, we have CAD now. What am I doing? Let's look at for fun. Here. Let's see. I don't really have good access to my keyboard. So let's see, can we grab... Let's see. That's the full tool head. Dang it, it doesn't have... I was hoping that it would have in a separate folder. It doesn't have a separate folder for this. So this is the entire tool head. I do have an electric screwdriver. I do. It's just, it's upstairs. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Nice. All right, we're at 84 degrees. Still cooler than it's been, but feels warmer now. All right, well, I don't know how long this is going to take, so maybe I'll just go back here. But basically, right, where was it? Right here. It says to install an M3x8 socket head, and I don't know why that is. Wait, is that saying for the motor? That might be saying it's for the motor, since the motor's here. I just don't understand why the I don't. Did this freeze? Sure as hell looks like it. Yeah, it froze. Oh, nope, nope. Okay. So the side I'm curious about is the opposite side. So let's... So they don't actually put a screw in it. I don't, so this is threaded, like this inner cavity is threaded on this part, and I don't know why they made it threaded, but it doesn't look like I installed a screw. It looks like the M38 socket head there is actually just for the motor, so I think we can just follow along this for the rest of it. So M325, another one. We told you need a mini split. I do. It will happen. It will happen. So the last thing we need is just this latch. I think we're just about done with the extruder, at least. Okay, so if I have this in this orientation, it wants this to drop down like this. Okay. Normally these parts, like these screws, just kind of drop in and you're only threading them in on the other side, but because of the tolerances, that's not happening for me today. I don't even know this is going in, is it? Are we going in? Whoa, is it lagging? It's gotta be, I'm gonna close out of the CAD. It's gotta be the CAD. I think it's the file. I closed out of it. It looked like it was jumping frames there. Okay. That opens up. That can pull out. Okay. Whoa, why can't that close? Oh, there we go. No? Is that too tight? That's interesting. There we go. Okay, so that is working. Why is this not working when it's... Come on. I think it's a tolerance thing again. I might just need to file it a bit more, but this piece should be sliding smoother. So the latch is working. Like if I don't have this piece in, the latch locks in fine, comes off fine. But the second I go to install this guy, it binds up. Still bind it up. Still bind it up. Oh, jeez. I think I know the part that's the issue. I think I know the part that's the issue. When I put it together, this part seemed... No cracks. No cracks. Hey, Viking. Yeah, I think I know the piece that's the issue. When I installed this piece, I thought it seemed a little tight. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I really need that electric screwdriver. I'm pretty sure it's this piece. Well, I don't think I will be quite so... To be fair though, I've actually used a lot of test printers like that I'm testing out and printed out parts for printer builds, and they've worked fine. This is one of the worst I can recall in a while. So I think the issue is with this piece right here. Where it slots onto this, I don't think it's seated quite correctly. I'm gonna just try to file this. There's a little like stub right here. I'm gonna try to file it a little bit on the walls to see if that makes it a little better. If it's not that, then it might be the inside of the actual extruder housing, but I don't think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Is the bed level? God. Yes. The gantry is not level. Tolerances are very important when you're building things that are interfacing with each other. Let's see if I can widen this a little bit. I don't think it needed a lot. I think that probably was enough. Let's see if I get this now and I go like this. Okay, so if I have this facing like this piece needs to go like this. Still a little tight. Doesn't feel that tight though now. Let's try it. Let's try it now. Worry about loving the gantry later, as long as the bed is. Yeah, let's try this. Definitely feels like it has a little bit more, like it had no left and right movement at all, but now it does, which I think might be what it needs to be able to maneuver easily in and out of that. So we'll try this again. Don't forget to dry your bed and level your filament. Solid advice. So let's see, if I go like this, okay, that snaps in perfectly. Open this, it pivots out. It's still doing a little bit of weirdness. There we go. Okay, that's in. Yeah, that's okay. So it's not hooking. It's not hooking on there. So once it, yeah, it's once it goes to hook on there that it starts to like lock into place. I don't think it's because my screws are too tight. I will loosen things a bit more, but there's no way. Things are already pretty loose. So Jack? Jack attack! Hey buddy. You come to say hi again? Oh baby? Daddy's had a tough time, dude. He hasn't made as much progress as he thought he was gonna. You gonna do it? You can stand up. You can say hi. Yeah. So sitting's better, you think? Let's see, what did we zoom? You can see, look at it's just your little head. Look, let's move you, or no, wrong way. Let's move this right here. There he is. What? Sit, yeah. Can you say hi to the camera? Welcome back. How was your nap? Hold on, we'll mic him up. Jackson, how was your nap?
Wake up.
You wake up?
Yeah.
Did you have a good nap?
Yeah.
Did you have nice dreams?
Yeah.
Did you dream about Spider-Man?
Yeah. my
Mom says you toot-tooted.
my mama did. Mama did.
Oh, you tooted on Mom?
Yeah.
Well, Jackson's our big tutor booter of the house. Last night he came upstairs because I'm sleeping in the studio right now just to let Aaron sleep and be somewhat comfortable. And so Jack's been waking up and coming upstairs, and he came upstairs like probably like 3 o'clock in the morning or so, and just shortly after farted. That is a 2mm driver. This is what Dad's been building. This is an extruder for a printer, but this piece right here, see this? It's supposed to go in right there and supposed to pivot back and forth, but it is binding on something. And I don't know what. It is 83.3. Just the flies. By the time you finish building it, he'll be too big to fit in it. You're not wrong, man. I just don't understand what's going on with this. Okay, 8 more minutes and then we're gonna do the filament giveaway. Alright, Daddy's gotta get back to building. I'm gonna try to at least get this extruder working, bud. I'll show you when I'm all done with it, okay? That's a tiny screwdriver, huh? You say tiny screwdriver. Jack is ready to troubleshoot that part. Yeah. He says, you're going about it all wrong, Dad. Huh? Can I have that little screwdriver back? I need it for right now. Alrighty, can you say bye-bye to the camera? Alright, I love you. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Ew. So that's a stroller. Is it worth sliding in some of the wet stuff in the part? You mean to grease it? I shouldn't have to grease this. The one thing I'm wondering is, and I doubt it's that, because the surface quality of the part is, it's a little bit rough, like the layer lines, and so I could see maybe it rubbing against that, but I don't think that's the case. I've loosened. Oh, I think I see what's happening. If you watch, I think I can probably show you guys this actually. Let's see. Can you guys see inside? So it's behind the screw in the center there, on the roof of it. See those white scratch marks? That's where it keeps getting caught on. I don't know how well you can see it because the light's like shining on the screw in front of it. It's like right behind where the screw is right there. There's like white stress marks or white scratch marks. And so what's happening is once this thing's getting locked into place and trying to pull it out, it's getting caught on that. So the part that's making contact with that probably needs a slight file so that way it can slide cleaner. Can you guys see that at all? I feel like it's picking it up a bit. I think you guys could see that. Not really? Okay. It's basically... see if I can get a photo of it. Let's see if I go... Oh yeah, you can see that. Here, I'm gonna share this. I've never done this on the stream, but let me post this in Discord and show you guys, just so you can see what's going on. Because I think it's at least interesting. This area right here. So the screw is right here. I was trying to show you guys the wall behind it. But this area right here, the X and Y rails are in line with your eyes. Perfect. The anti-squish is all the way in. Yeah. But this is what's happening. So like it's able to get in there okay, but once it's coming out, it's making contact with this and scraping this. So I don't think I can clean this up, but hopefully I can at least file just a little bit away. I mean, I imagine that if I did that enough times in itself, it'll probably smooth out that piece and just make it no longer hook. But I probably need to... It looks like it's basically the top of this piece right here. The top of this right here. So I don't know how that's even possible. It's certainly not something I've run into before, but let me just see if I just file off a little bit of it. Like at least smooth out some of those wall layer lines.
Smash the thumbs up emoji, everyone. Raised fist emoji. Support the stream.
Nice! Thank you so much for the
emoji.
donation. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like. This is the last stream probably for a couple of weeks because baby's coming. So let's get some likes. Okay, let's see if that's enough. All right. That is just not... Something is wrong, dude. I don't know what... Could it be this shaft that's causing it to be binding? I don't think so. Okay, snapped in. Unsnapped. Okay, it's getting a little better. It is getting a little bit better, I think. Snapped in. It's not getting as good as I would like it though, that's for sure. I'll file a little bit more. Lube. I don't want to lube it. Could also be this, could also be the top of this part, I suppose, that's rubbing on it. What have we learned? We have learned to always double check tolerances and not print out important parts on a printer that you're testing that you have not done previously, unless you want to experience pain. Yeah, usually it slides right in. Usually it slides in without much effort at all. Wait, did that? I feel like I'm just gonna have to wear this part in. I mean, I can keep filing it, but I don't see what else it could be getting caught on, man. Gears are still moving fine. Okay. Yeah, it's a tight fit. The part looks good. It looks really good. What I honestly might end up doing is reprinting out just that red piece on a different printer. Because this is, I mean, I think it's got to be this piece. It's just this interfacing piece, right? And versus trying to do this, which is clearly not working, it's going to be just quicker to reprint out that red piece and maybe even just this latch. And then this part's done. And I don't think there's any other pieces really. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the blade mechanism works. Let me install the screw one last time. Yeah, but I have to go upstairs and load the filament nice. I'm not gonna do it on today's stream. I'm gonna end up doing it. What I'll likely end up doing is, by the time you guys see me next, probably. It depends because of all the baby stuff. Maybe not, but the plan is that the stealth burner is just basically built and we'll just install it. We've built like so many stealth burners on the channel that it really doesn't make a lot of sense to me to go through this whole thing and make everyone watch it. Especially with how painful it's been. Like this is painful. I'm sorry. It's like I thought we'd be done with the toolhead mounting it by now, but like it's just, dude, it's been an uphill battle for me. All right, so that's still plenty loose. I mean, does it matter that it's that tight? Like, I don't know that it really matters. Like, yeah, it's tight. Don't get me wrong. It is tight. But the gear is still spinning, but it's gonna probably annoy me. It's gonna probably annoy me if I have to like go in and swap things out. So I probably should just reprint out that piece. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll reprint out. I'll start by just reprint. Yeah, I might reprint all those 4 red pieces, honestly. It's gonna be so fast to just reprint them and just do them. Ah. We're making progress, but just most of the progress is happening off stream late at night in this garage. I'm really happy that the gantry is in. That feels like a really big thing to me. So yeah, once the toolhead's in, it'll basically be just wiring, and I'm hoping the wiring won't be too bad considering that the electronics box is already partially done. A lot of it's actually done. But yeah, this is moving well. Yeah. All right, we've got, oh, we're over time. No one said anything. All right, everyone, 1 more minute. If you're gonna enter the giveaway, do so now, and then I'm gonna close the filament giveaway. We'll do our drawing. We got 58 likes. Let's get, okay, if you haven't hit the like button, I know that we can get to 69 likes. I know we can do it. We just need 11 more people. Let's get to 69 likes for the giveaway. But yeah, after this, we'll switch over. Once we're done with this build, I'll probably have to build some kind of a cart for it, like I planned. It'd probably just be 2x4s, and then the casters that they included are very likely what I will use on the cart. Yeah, we'll probably just use these. And then once that's out of the way, I can bring the V-Core over and we can get to working on that. Oh, it's 2 more likes. That's all we need is 2 more likes. All right, I'm gonna end up removing the giveaway link. So if you're filling it out, you've got another 60 seconds. Oh, 1 more like. We just need 1 more. Yeah, we did it. Thank you, everybody. All right, thank you, Maurice. This thing is, yes, this thing is, that is very accurate. I don't know still long term, like, what I'm gonna do with it. The plan is, we'll have some fun with it, but a lot of it's gonna depend on like how dependable it is, because printing large things and having it fail is not gonna be fun, and then it'll be interesting to see how well power goes with it, but I don't know long term what I'm gonna do with it. We'll put it in the garage for now on a probably rolling cart. Like I said, I'll probably just throw together some basic plan. I'll probably do something similar to what it's on right now, but I don't think I'll do plywood top. It'll just be like a skeletal frame of 2x4s. That way it'll cost less and be a little bit simpler. That way I can get it rolling, and I don't want it on the ground because it's so low. It's gonna be not fun. Like, I'd rather have it at this height. So probably do a skeletal frame, move it over there, and then do some printing with it. Then it just depends whether I end up doing IDEX or Index or Box Turtle or what we end up doing long term, and I really don't know. Hey, Brent from Australia, thank you so much for tuning in. That's right. If it is it's early then, because one of my coworkers is in Australia, and our meeting usually starts 8 minutes ago, and I want to say it's like, is it 6:30 a.m. your time? Yeah, we're definitely installing casters. I said that already. It came with casters. So these are intended to go on the bottom of the printer, but I don't know what these are rated for, but hopefully they can take the additional weight of the 2x4. It says 40 on the bottom. Is that 40 kilograms? Probably gotta be more than that. I don't know. I wonder, I can probably ask FYSETC if they know what the casters are rated for. Okay, let's do this giveaway, everyone. I am just rambling. So we have 76 entries. Okay. 76 entries. Let's make sure everyone's here. Everyone's here, yay! Okay. So really quick, thank you to Polymaker for letting us do these giveaways. If you need to pick up some filament and you want to support the channel, one great way you can do that is by using the link in the description. It doesn't cost anything additional, but a portion of it does go to support the channel, and a massive thank you to everyone that has. I haven't touched the funds in there in quite a while, and over the last handful of months, I think we have a couple $100 in there, which is awesome. It really helps. So do you need another box turtle kit? I don't think so, Lisa. The plan is to use the one that's upstairs. Maybe. Why? You have a box turtle kit that you're not planning on building anymore? Hey, Los. Okay, I think that's everything I got. Maurice, birthday boy, how many times are we spinning it today, man? Maurice is getting, yep, it is all you. But if you win, everyone will call it rigged. I can do only one number for the people, 42, my current age. All right, man, we'll do it. Lisa, hold on to it, because even if you don't have it now, you might end up having a printer that you can install it onto. I would much rather you hold on to that and, use it when you can. So we'll do 42. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, and 42. All right, before we spin, I want to tell Maurice one more time I'm a happiest 42nd birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you get to eat some good food and hopefully you get a little bit of relaxation in at the very least. So if we can get some happy birthday Maurice's in the chat, that would be awesome. All right, on that note, good luck to each and every one of you. Index with a box turtle on each head. That sounds insane. All right, the man, like, where would I place all those box turtles? All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Good luck to all of you. Price cut 92. You have not won before. That is a name that I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like I'd remember it for some reason. Are you born in 92? If so, it's my birth year as well. So congratulations to Price Cut 92. You are our winner. It will get you a link probably tonight. I am going to be scripting my heart out tonight, try to get a video done for 2 weeks from now. So I will be in front of the computer and I will get you your giveaway link. So congratulations, Price Cut. Thank you everyone for entering in. We will not be doing the same thing at the same time in the same place next week because I will be doing dad stuff. So for anyone that wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, we did get scheduled for this Sunday at 7 a.m. To get Erin into the hospital to get induced. So if everything goes according to plans, I will be helping her with any sort of recovery and taking care of Jackson or helping out take care of Jackson and taking care of baby Landon as much as I can as well. So I will take all of the well wishes and good luck. We're definitely hoping for the best. We're excited. We're also definitely nervous, but we're like I said earlier, we're as ready as we're gonna be. So thank you everybody for all of the support and all of the kind words and just being awesome 3D printing people of the world from all over the place. It's incredible. It's really incredible. I'm thankful that I've got so many cool people hanging out with me on Wednesday, you know, in my garage, just being a silly goofball and trying to build things poorly a lot of the time, it seems like, you know. Nice, thank you so much for the donation for the next stream. Alrighty, man, cheers. I will add that. I'm just gonna add it to the, we're gonna add this to the fund of electrical work for the garage and mini split, so do 220. You know what, because of the Euro conversion and the one from earlier, we'll say we're 225 now. That feels maybe closer. So yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful couple of weeks. I mentioned that there will be a video on Saturday, just all my thoughts on the Snapmaker U1 and my concerns, my hopes for it, why I backed it. I did back it with my own money. It's my first time ever backing hardware on Kickstarter. I've always been fairly largely against it. I've covered a couple of machines that have ended up on Kickstarter, but the main one was really the Bamboo X1 because it was a new company. But outside of that, the main Kickstarters I backed have been design files because that's one where I'm like, yeah, it's a small creator. Like, I really like these files. I don't mind. Like, it's a digital delivery. But yeah, for this one, I made the exception. And so I talk a little bit about why I did that and just sort of my thoughts on the Kickstarter and kind of how things have changed a bit over the years with it. And then I'm hoping to have a video out in 2 weeks' time. If I can get it done by this Saturday, I'm just gonna hold on to it. So that way I don't release it, not have anything while I'm doing baby stuff, so. Yeah, take care, Daniel, Aaron. Hope to see you soon and best of luck. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. And if you are, I don't know, like, live stream channel doesn't really feel like the appropriate channel to post any sort of updates with baby stuff, but I think I will post it there because I feel like it's not a very active channel. It's mostly for live stream stuff, and it feels like that's kind of where people check for updates on what's going on. So I will, yeah, keep a lookout if you're interested on the live stream channel, and when I've got some news that I can share and want to share, I will post it over there for anyone that's interested. So yeah, thank you all again, and I will see everybody sometime soon. I promise. I won't be too long. So all right, all take care. Bye.